Five. Not moving. Okay. Do I? Man, this sure has stains on it. There we go. Do I need to lower this a little bit? Let me. There we go. Let's lower it a little bit. Do a little bit like that. There we go. Okay. All right. Well, let me adjust that again. All right. I think that's better. All right. And then bring this down just a little. Whoop. No, wait. There we go. All right. Salam. My name is Mustafa. Why is. Okay, first of all, I need to mute that. Let me refresh that. Let me see if I can see the chat. All right. My name is Mustafa. For those of you new, most of you know who I am, but for those of you new to the channel, my name is Mustafa. I am the solo developer of Sabr Path. A little bit about the channel and myself. So myself first. I am a game developer, solo indie game dev. Man, my hair is wild. Why is my hair wild? Okay. Anyway, solo indie game developer. I've experienced in the game industry. I've worked at Treyarch for 3 years doing administrative work. I've done QA at an indoor cycling place. I've done solo indie game development by myself. That's what solo means. So I'm being redundant. Released one game. I have another game that's mostly done, but I need to like wrap it up. What else? I do teaching. I teach game design, graphics design. I've done it professionally for a year now. As far as the channel, so the channel is Sabr Path, named after my brand. And what else? What else should I say about it? Oh yeah, so I talk about problems I see in the game industry, things that I feel like need to be addressed. Give my opinions on things. Try to focus on like what needs to be changed, rather than I my goal is to not be like these people who are like, oh, it's woke, and then that's it. They say nothing constructive, nothing actionable. I try to focus on actionable changes, and yeah, that's basically it. Like, just sharing my opinion. And there's Sarvanan. How you doing? Guten Nacht. Good night. Are you German? Anyways, glad that you made it. Yeah, I know this is a lot later than usual. Um, I mean, this is basically the only chance I have. Well, I can do it tomorrow, but it would end up being the same time because of the fact that I have my class in the morning, so it would end up being the same time. So that's that. I figured might as well do it. Might as well do it today, just a different time because um my warehouse job was during the morning today, and I got home and changed into this shirt that has some stains on it. There's a grease stain, I guess. Another one right there. Anyways, um, tried to fix my hair, but it is what it is. Anyways, we're gonna talk about Xbox. The future of Xbox is looking grim. Hey, we got Wrangler. Welcome. Oh, you're not in Germany. Um, got Wrangler, we got Sarvanan. Um, glad you guys made it. Very happy you guys made it. We're gonna talk about Xbox because that was a wild some wild news that happened this last weekend. Let me see if I could get a. I think I tried getting a. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. No, that's not it. There it is. Okay, so let's put that there. So do I have an article that I could just put on the screen? And why is YouTube not showing me the chat. Like I can see the chat on um OBS, but the chat in OBS is really tiny, and also I always have issues with it, so that's why I like to put the chat on YouTube, so because it's a little easier to view. But it has a little monkey. Here, let me put that on screen for a second. Let me put that on screen. Where's OBS? Where'd it go? Put it on studio mode, right screen, and let's show it. Yeah. So normally I would have a chat right here, and it has a monkey there. Something went wrong. Why, YouTube? Okay, I got more people. Hold on, let me get this off the screen. Let me get this off the screen. Boom. Got more people. The whole sad song with Xbox Sunset is crazy. Oh man, I don't know how to say your name. I'm not gonna try, but thanks for joining. Okay, buddy, I want to thank you for your videos on video game design. Hey, you're welcome. I'm glad that you find value in my videos, and I'm sorry I can't. Arjinson Gael. I don't know. I don't know how to say your name, dude. But I'm glad that you enjoyed the content, and I appreciate you showing up to the live stream. Thank you. Thank you for showing up to the live stream. Usually, when I start the live stream, I spend maybe about 10 minutes. I mean, so far it's been 6.5. About 10 minutes just talking for a little bit, just to make sure that gives people enough time to join the chat, join the live stream, and then I'll get into my main topic. And is there anything else I need to say? Oh, so one thing I want to mention, I'll probably mention this at the end as well when I have more people more people in the chat. But so basically, what happened with my latest video is number of things went wrong. First of all, I released on a weekend, so I figured, all right, I need to get this out ASAP because people are going to stop talking about high guard really quick. So I need to release the video ASAP. And by the time I had it ready to release, it was Saturday. And usually my videos do very poorly on weekends. They do better on weekday mornings because YouTube has found somewhat of an audience of people, and those people just happen to watch weekday more. When I say morning, I'm talking about my time, not your time, because I know a lot of my audience are around the world. But morning my time, weekday mornings on my time, and so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and release this. So that was mistake number one. I released it on a weekend. Mistake number two. So I put I did an A/B test using 3 thumbnails, and all 3 of them did not have any high guard on it at all. I had an AI edit of me. So that's a huge mistake because for people who aren't familiar with me, they just see, okay, here's this AI picture, and who is this guy? I don't care. I'm not gonna click on it. So that was a huge mistake. And then by the time I changed it and put high guard characters in the thumbnail, it was basically too late, because what happens with YouTube is that within the first 48 hours, YouTube is constantly trying to find an audience for the video, and sometimes it goes in like spurts. Like it will find like like 1,000 people all at once and give them some impressions. Impressions being it shows the thumbnail on the feed, and then it so like impressions is one thing, and then there's click-through rate. Click-through rate is how often, like the percentage of people who see it and then click on it. And if the click-through rate is really low, so good click-through rate is like 5% to 10%. 10% is amazing, but 5%, around 5%, give or take, is pretty good for a video game channel. And then if it's below, if it's like 1%, then it's doing poor. And if the click-through rate's too poor, it tries to find a new audience. It tries to find, like, basically it tests with different demographics of people, different types of profiles of people. And then by the time it hits 48 hours, it gives up. It just completely gives up on my videos completely. It does this for most people. It'll give up on most people. I think for different genres, like different type of videos, it might come back, especially if it's an evergreen. Evergreen content is something like a tutorial, something that people search for. My content's not evergreen. My content is more like trending, so it needs clicks from the um, homepage or the recommended feed. And basically, if it doesn't find the audience and doesn't have a good click through rate by 48 hours, it gives up. So that's the reason why I end up re-uploading the video with like, I was like, okay, I'll try it one more time. I deleted the video, the one I uploaded on Saturday, because basically if it sees duplicate content, it doesn't like it. YouTube does not like duplicate content, so I need to delete it. I also made like a small change. I made a few edits with the B-roll because YouTube, if it sees some changes, then it'll say, okay, something, this is an updated version. It's a different version. If it sees the exact same, like the literal exact same video, it knows it's the exact same video, and then it will basically penalize me for that. So that's the reason why I made some changes and I re-uploaded it. So that's the reason why I did that. There was nothing fundamentally wrong with the video. In fact, the video was actually doing very well with the watch time, because like the things that YouTube used to determine if a video is good is, first of all, like click-through rate, how often people click it, and to determine if it's clickbait or not. Because if it has a huge click-through rate, that's one thing. But if people stop watching it within the first couple seconds, then it's clickbait, and then YouTube will stop pushing it. So to determine whether it's clickbait or not, it goes off of the watch time. And this had a very high watch time compared to my other videos. So had a low amount of people clicking the thumbnail, but a high watch time. So the people who clicked it watched through the whole thing. So the content, going off that, content's not bad. It's just like the way how I packaged the video was bad, and that's why I figured I'd give it another shot. I'll mention this again near the end of the video, because I would like for my subscribers to watch it again. Even if you watch the first upload, please watch it again so that it helps boost the algorithm for the new upload, because otherwise it'll just die off again. And I'm not gonna give it a third shot, because I don't know, it just won't work. Let me get back to the chat. My handle is for my novel. People would enjoy media deeper if they understand all the layers of meaningful design. Oh, that's nice. You got a novel. That's pretty cool. I've written a book, but it's more of a fitness book. I didn't read. So I didn't write a fictional book. It was like a weight loss and fitness book. It should be in the description. I leave a link to it in the description. But yeah, late what video? Yes, hey, play nice game. Yeah, so I'm doing it late because basically I had work. I was scheduled for work for my warehouse job, so this is basically the only time I can do it. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, as far as wait, I'm AG. I'll call you AG because I can't say that. Anyways, AG. Yeah, I agree with understanding meaningful layers of design. Funny enough, is I'm actually teaching a design class right now. Not game design, but it's graphic communication. So it's a graphic design class. I'm teaching that right now. I have like a couple more weeks left. It will it ends like the second week of March. So not too much longer on that. Anyways, um let's go ahead and get on to the main topic. Let me go about 15 minutes in. Yeah, okay. 15:30. Let's main topic. Let me update that. Main topic. Writing it down. No, I meant what video were you talking about that reloaded? Oh yeah, so uh I'll talk about this again. I'll recap again to ask my audience to watch the video. But basically, my high guard video, the one I re-released yesterday, I was explaining why I re-released it because I released it on Saturday morning, and then it totally bombed. It was a huge flop, and then I re-released it yesterday to try to do better with the algorithm because the thumbnail. I'm very certain the thumbnail was the reason why it didn't do too well. Um, I mean, it could also be that I'm late to the party talking about high guard, but I mean that it is what it is. But let's get on to the main topic. Where art thou? Articles. Let's get an article on here. Okay. So we'll talk about Asha Sharma. Can I get which one's the, okay, the official blog? Do I want to get that on screen? Let's get this on screen, I guess. Or is there's a number of articles. Let's see which one. I'll just pull a few of them up and see which ones I want to focus on. Okay, I'll just pull a few of these up. All right, so let's look at the. I see some going on with the chat. Okay, where are thou articles talking about Shakespeare? All right, so let's get this on the screen. That is okay. Transition. Guess I can. Can I move me? Okay, let me change this to this mode. All right, let's move me over here or over here. There we go. I'm facing the screen. But anyways, does it really matter? Let's move me back. All right. So Asha Sharma named EVP and CEO. I didn't even know she was EVP. I don't even know what something vice president. What is an EVP? What is an EVP? All right. What is an EVP? Give me a fast answer. Come on, Gemini. Executive vice president. Okay. And so it is a high-level corporate title used to identify an individual who ranks directly below president or chief executive. So she's taken up two roles. She's the CEO and the role right below herself. That's kind of whack. That's kind of crazy. um, already Microsoft Gaming now. Yes, yeah, we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about that. So let's go through this real quick. So, basically, I mean, just a quick recap. I mean, I think most of you guys know. You guys know, but I just quick recap. As brief as possible. Phil Spencer retired, supposedly retired, um, over the weekend, and within the exact same announcement, within that exact same announcement, Sarah Bond, who was the person right below him, and also supposed to be his what's the word, like she was supposed to take his place afterwards. Anyways, so she left as well. It's very vague as to how they left, whether it was willing or unwilling, because it's very weird with Sarah Bond, especially because first of all, she was supposed to take place of Phil Spencer. Like he was prepping her to like she was his protege. He was prepping her to be his replacement for one, and two, another indicator that like she didn't know what was going to happen until like the last minute, is that she was posting on LinkedIn hours before she left, basically, saying like promoting Xbox's like values, Xbox's business values, and yeah, she can probably have that set to scheduled a post, but it's kind of weird to schedule a post on the day that you were scheduled to leave. So it seems very the indication is that she probably didn't know she was going to leave. I mean, there's also the chance that, well, not only can she have scheduled the post, but she could also have like someone do posts for her. Like she doesn't do her own posts. She could have a bot do it for her, etc. Regardless, if she knew she was going to leave on day X, she wouldn't have scheduled for posts to go out on day X. That's my point. It's been a good run on Xbox. You'll be missed. I mean, it was a good run for like what 10 years ago. It kind of things started falling apart for a while. I think they need to use common sense and hire someone that knows gaming for the role. No passion, no love. So here's the thing. That's definitely one thing I want to cover. And a lot of people, like especially on Twitter, were talking about this. But let's go into like her. Well, let's talk about that for a second. So as far as someone who someone who is a gamer and also someone who knows game development, those are two different things. I feel like there was a huge let's put me on screen so she's no longer on screen, or maybe I can find let's switch back real quick. Camera only. There we go. Let's, because I know people are making a big deal about it. I open up Twitter and I see Smash JT dead on arrival and has a picture of the exact same picture. Let me just show it. I'll just show it real quick. Switch back. Yeah. There's more stuff down here. The man who built the Xbox brand, the woman who will destroy it. Wow. Is that supposed to be what? No, that who is this guy? Ed Freeze. Who is this person? I don't know who that person is, but Ed Freeze. This guy made the Xbox. Or he's a vice president? Okay, I don't know who the other guy is, but definitely he's who's vice president. I'm very certain he's the one who made the Xbox. Anyways, well, it's not whoever that guy is. I don't know who. This is like some sort of a AI dude. Like this is an AI. Like your torch, get out of my face. This garbage. Where is it? I don't want this And oh, it's showing up because him. Will of the fans. Anyways, let's go back to camera only. Let me see what you guys are saying. The same thing happened to there's a lot going on. No passion. Yeah. Seamus Blakely? He is one of the Xbox that is a real person. Seamus Blakely. Oh, okay. That is a real person. Whoops. Okay. All right. I guess he's one of it. It was a team effort. I stand corrected. Sarah did destroy a lot of Xbox brand already. Now, I mean, like her. I mean, it's not just her. It's an entire team effort that made it fall apart. Phil Spencer, Don Matrick, they all it was a whole team effort to make it fall apart. Like it started falling apart with Don Matrick. And then they never fixed it afterwards. But what was I gonna look up? Oh yeah, Asha Sharma favorite games. Let me find that real quick because people were making this a big deal. Like this is just do I know Mark Kern was making a big deal about it. Okay, so here's one thing. So Mark Kern posted this. I refuse to call him by his made up name. That is such a dumb sounding name. But there we go. Anyways, so it's like okay, I'll play a game, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 7, GoldenEye 007, and he's like actually responding to her. And then let me move me up here. All right, there we go. Like this is totally a robot replying. This is definitely AI. Great list. I did my top 3 in another reply. Halo, Valheim, 007. It's been a long time since I played Chrono Trigger. Have you done every ending? Thanks for all the detail. I appreciate it a ton. Like this is such an AI reply. This is Chat GPT. Like that is not let's move me back. So like people are making like a big deal about like what's her favorite games, and her favorite games don't matter. It, like having her be a gamer like completely doesn't matter. And the whole thing with her fake profile. So this was for those of you who haven't been keeping up. Basically, she has this Xbox profile, and is it this one? Anyways, let's go back to me. Yeah, so she has an Xbox profile with achievements unlocked, and they all happen like within the same 3 days. So either someone speed ran through these games for her, or they just unlocked them. Because you can, there's definitely there has to be a way to like just backdoor, um, you know, activate these achievements. And her Xbox profile was made like 3 weeks ago, and like it's a complete distraction. What games she plays, it doesn't even matter. Like it's just it comes off as like the whole like how do you do fellow gamers, holding the skateboard and everything, like arguing over like which what's her favorite game and all this stuff. Completely irrelevant. What is relevant though for these executive positions for a gaming studio is whether they understand game development. That is far more important than whether they play games. Like there needs to at least be a basic understanding of what the pipeline is like when the development pipeline, understanding like the different types of roles, the process going from proof of concept, having a prototype, having a beta, having like going through the whole process. Um, you know, an MVP. I mean, she probably knows what an MVP and proof of concept is because she's worked at Microsoft. But like the point is like understanding like all the different roles and what they do, because if she's making like the job of the CEO is to steer the direction of the company, and if her direction is impossible, if her direction is more difficult for developers, then like what's the point of a role? So that's more important if she understands that, because whether she plays games or not, I think that's overall irrelevant, and it has become a distraction for these people online who are arguing over what her favorite games are. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. She did destroy. Okay, yeah, Seamus. He's a good guy. She's an AI corporate person, not a good. Yeah, yeah. So that's another thing. So I'll talk about that in a second. That's gonna be the next thing I'll talk about. Um, AI powered NPCs and lame one. Yeah. Grums is a cool villain name for Power Rangers. Grums just sounds like, I don't know, like you're chewing on something. Grums. That's what it just sounds like. You have like a piece of bread in your mouth and your mouth is full and you're just chewing on it. It just, I don't know. It sounds really stupid to me. I don't know how he came up with the and plus everybody knows he's Mark Kern, so why not just, I don't understand like why call him Grums. It's a stupid thing. Also, I have suspicion that he probably like looks really messed up now, because of the fact that he decided to be a VTuber, even though people know what he looks like. So like, and he also had to, his whole reasoning of not progressing with his game was like some family issue. So maybe he's like really sick. That's my guess. Like he has some sort of a sickness. He probably looks really messed up, and that's why he wants to be behind a VTuber avatar rather than show himself, because everybody knows who he is. Everybody knows what he looks like. So like that makes me suspect maybe he's sickly looking at this point. Um, but I won't refer to him as Grums. That's a dumb name. Yes, her being a gamer does matter. This is why Xbox failed. They prioritize money over. Oh well, here's why I disagree. Because like you can still be passionate for the work, but the more important thing is like having a direction for the employees, because whether she like enjoys Chrono Trigger or not, like it's really irrelevant as to whether she can direct the company, like whether she can direct the company towards the right direction. Like it has nothing to do with whether she likes Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy or Halo. Like I feel like those things um don't are not the same thing. Watching while Sahur in this part of the world. Hey, salam alaikum. BPCGOS. Um oh yeah, I forgot to say, yeah, Ramadan Mubarak to everybody. This is the first live stream I'm doing in Shahr Ramadan. So yeah, Ramadan Mubarak to everybody. I don't know why I forgot. Guess because when I start the stream, no one's in the stream, so that's why I forgot. But yeah, thanks BPCGOS XYZ. I think the CEO or the EVP doesn't need to know the games are developed, but needs to understand gaming. They are not developers, but they need to know what makes the gaming industry good. Um, so like to, I guess to better explain my, I'll go into the next segment to better explain my point as to whether um the reason why I say like the most important thing is understanding the game development pipeline is because a lot of these executives, their whole goal is to make money. Um, because I mean, quite frankly, video games make more money than everything other than sports. Sports is the only thing that, as far as entertainment, sports is the only thing that makes more money than video games. Video games makes more money than music, makes more money than movies, makes more money than TV. And there's a lot of money, especially with these microtransactions, especially with live service, especially with mobile games, browser games, etc. All these games that are designed to milk money, and I believe a lot of it is due to the fact that um, these executives, they don't understand like the game development pipeline. So their goal, since they want to make money, is they're like, okay, let's focus on um let's focus on having these pipeline, focus on these what am I, I'm having a brain fart here, sorry. Let's focus on making money through these live service transactions, and then they end up not understanding what exactly it takes to make a game. You end up having like Ubisoft. They're just making single player games with microtransactions, and they have so many thousands of people working on a single game, like such as Assassin's Creed, which should not have thousands of people. That's a ridiculous number. And then um the what's the word I'm looking for? The budget, basically the amount of money that they need to make is going to be sky high due to the fact that they inflated the budget so much, and then it becomes an impossible task to develop the game. Um, Let me get back to here. I think yeah, okay, I read that. Xbox is first platform, not developer. They're losing platform role. Hey, Loon's dogs. Am I a bad person for finding Asha Sharma attractive? No, you're not. I mean, I feel like she's an attractive woman. That's fine. Like she's slim. She's not. She doesn't have like an ugly face or anything like that. So like, you know, it is what it is. More than did you have her as your? Let me go to channel. You have her as your avatar? Oh no, no, you have someone else. Okay. For a second, I thought you had her as your avatar. I had to increase the size. More than music, more than movies going. Yeah, exactly. So the thing that I'm hearing a lot of people accuse her of is being hired as a diversity hire, or being hired as because she's Indian and the CEO of Microsoft is Indian. That's possible, but I think they actually hired the person that they want for her skill set, because they're getting a lot of people are accusing her of not having the right skill set for the job, and I think they hired the person that they actually want, which is not the it was actually a bad thing. Because if you look at her experience, she, I mean, a lot of you already know she has experience pushing AI onto Windows. Like that was her job, pushing AI on Windows, and everybody hated that. And also, another thing that she has in her experience is increasing the user base. Like that was one of her achievements for Instacart, is that she increased the user base. So with that said, they hired the person that they want, because the things that they're caring about right now, they don't care about good games. They don't care about having a direction for the console, the hardware. What they want to do, I've suspected this for a while, is that they want to shift from being a physical console into being Game Pass, a cloud-based service. So they got the right person. She has experience in AI, cloud-based services, increasing the user base. That's exactly what they want. And that's what they're going to push for. They're going to push for, more Game Pass, more AI, and then she's going to I think she put a tweet out about she's going to increase the number of users on World of Warcraft and something else. And basically, it's like, yeah, she's going to increase the number of users by putting it onto. Oh, she said she was going to increase the number of users on World of Warcraft by putting it on Game Pass. And yeah, the reason why she's going to increase the number of users is that they're going to count everybody with Game Pass as a player on World of Warcraft, and that's how they're going to just fudge their metrics. Like that's all these executives care about, are their metrics, their like ways to make themselves look like they're achieving success without actually achieving any real success. The game industry is not Instacart. Oh, let me scroll up a little bit. Okay, I read that. She has the skill sets that Satya Nadella desires. Yeah, she does. He wants her skill set. She's going to push whatever he says. Exactly, and that's another thing. They want a puppet, not a leader. So she's their puppet. She's going to push for all the things that they want, the AI, the increased user base with fudging the numbers, all that. That's exactly why they hired her. And I agree. Again, the game industry is not Instacart, but like they're treating it that way, and this will not just have effects on Microsoft. This is going to have effects on the entire AAA game industry. And so we're going to see a lot of negative changes. This is, I mean, it's going to be a good opportunity for indie developers. I mean, I'd like to get myself back into developing games again, and it's a good opportunity to stand out. But as far as larger developers, AAA developers, even AA developers, we're seeing a lot of consolidation. Microsoft buying up everybody, Tencent buying up everybody, Saudia buying up everybody. A lot of consolidation, and not only are they buying up the studios, but they're also buying up the veteran game developers. Like the reason why Tencent, made Wild, or not made, but the reason why they funded Wildlight is one reason is that they have less people competing against them. because Tencent basically has like a spray and pray type of subscriber JLS YouTube. Thanks for subscribing. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, so Tencent, after contemplating on Tencent, the reason why they funded Wildlight is because their goal is to just make as much money as possible, and it's rather than going for quality of games, they're going for quantity of games and hoping that like a few of them succeed. And this is something that a lot of businesses do. In fact, when I first went to university, my first couple of semesters, I was a business major, and then I switched out. I decided I didn't want to do business anymore, but I was taking like intro to business classes, and the professor, he was telling us, this was like a million years ago, but he was telling us like this is way before Donald Trump was in politics, like early 2000s. Man, I'm old. Anyways, mid 2000s, before 2010. But anyway, so he was talking about how Donald Trump would like basically make 10 new businesses and then like keep 3 of them and basically do away with 7 of them. And this results to a bunch of people losing their jobs, but like he makes a bunch of money because he then focuses all efforts towards the ones that are actually being profitable. And that was one of the reasons why I didn't go into business, because the professor was talking about how ethics is a big thing in business, and a lot of people who have no ethics end up profiting, and this is something that you have to think about when you go into business. So that's why I diverted away from that. Maybe I should have went into business in retrospect, but point being, like this is what Tencent does. Tencent, they end up just they fund a bunch of projects in hopes that a few of them make their money back, and then they just walk away from the ones that don't make them money. And so that's one thing. That's one reason why they do this. The other reason that is a possibility as to why they do it is that when they are funding, like former Apex Legends developers, now they are working for them rather than competing against them. They took away some of Apex Legends resources, their staff, and now they're working for them rather than competing against them. And that's another strategy that Tencent might have. And this is what we're seeing throughout the entire gaming industry. Like, Microsoft is buying everybody up, and then every single studio that Microsoft touches ends up failing. And they're going to keep going with this course, but the executives feel that the right course of action is to just get more users. I mean, I don't understand the like how they see this as successful, but this is what's going on. Let me catch up with the chat. Leadership matters more to ruining a company. Good leadership will care to demand what is possible and take accountability when they fail and learn from it. Bad leadership is opposite of that. Yeah, I agree. Definitely agree. Like a lot of the problems that I talk about on this channel are mainly leadership problems. I know a lot of people like to blame the random dev that says gamers are a mistake or whatever. Like just those random dev. And, all the devs in there hate us. I mean, like maybe like half of them at best, but like the real problem is the the real problem is the leadership. The leadership's definitely the main problem. Steam's gonna win from this. Pray Steam does. Um, that's what happens when you have people that don't game or don't know the game industry run the game company. Yeah, I mean, I agree that like if they don't understand the game industry, they don't understand if they don't understand it's more important to understand what the audience wants. I think that is a much more important thing to understand rather than like just being a gamer, because um having an understanding of like, okay, you have multiple audiences and we want to make sure that we have something for each audience. I think that's a more important skill to have than, hey, I like Chrono Trigger. um because when you look at gaming as a whole, you have multiple audiences. You don't just have one audience. You don't just have gamers. You have many audiences. And that's why Microsoft was doing well decades ago, because they had games like, they had Halo for the, action fans, the first person shooter fans, Fable for action RPGs, Knights of the Old Republic for more slower RPGs. There was like something for everybody. Eventually they got Forza for the racing fans. So they had something for everybody, and now they're getting to the point where like they don't have that. They're not making games for their audiences anymore. Um, yeah. So those, I guess those are the main things I want to talk about. Like the fact that, um, yeah, she has an AI background, but that doesn't mean necessarily that she was hired as just a DEI hire, just because she's a woman and she's Indian. That is possibility, but I think it's more likely that they hired the person that they want, because this is the direction um that Microsoft wants to go. Let me take a look at. Is there anything else? Return to the roots. Oh, she's talking about like, there's this quote of her talking about how she wants story based experiences or something like that, and um, I mean, maybe that means she might fund some more like single player experiences rather than just focus on the live service, because Sony's big mistake is like everything's live service. They want to do so many live service games. The like basically the only time they don't want to do live service is when they release a new God of War or re-release Last of Us. Um, but even then, they like there's always rumors of, oh, there was a live service Last of Us, a live service God of War, there's upcoming live service, multiple live service Horizon games, etc. Their focus Sony's really in the live service, so maybe Xbox. But I honestly don't think, like, looking at her background, looking at her skill set, they're gonna push for the AI. AI is gonna get pushed up the wazoo. It's gonna be a part of the dashboard. It's going to get integrated into the dashboard. It's going to have integration into Game Pass. It's going to have integration where it will say, it'll pop up and say, hey, you like this game? How about these games? You haven't tried them. It seems like they might. They might be your cup of tea. Like, it's gonna start. She's gonna have like an integration where it evaluates people's achievements, evaluates their the games that they play, and that way it will recommend them games on Game Pass. Hey, try out Game Pass. Here's a coupon code for Game Pass. Try it out. You'll enjoy these games. That's basically the what I see the future of Xbox. And also I see it as being a live streaming service. Like they were really pushing for this whole everything as an I think Sarah Bond was the one who pushed for everything as an Xbox, and it's going to go even further with Asha Sharma. She's really going to make it like it is definitely. I am very certain that the physical hardware for Xbox will go away, especially with how hardware is getting more expensive now, with all these AI data centers taking up all the all the RAM. Everything is more expensive. They're going to eventually phase out the hardware, which will give Sony ideas to do the same thing. And then they're going to do completely cloud-based gaming. And then at that point, when you start getting used to a certain amount of processing, a certain amount of quality, they're going to start stifling it. Either they're going to reduce the processing and make it worse, or they're going to say you need to pay more. Or both. They're gonna make it worse and say you need to pay more to get what you used to have. Like this is the future that I see. Let me know what you guys think, chat. Also, I guess don't forget to like the video, like this video, the live stream, and if you have a what's the word? Super chat. I always appreciate to get super chats, but I'm going through the regular chats as well. But if you can't do a super chat, please like the video. I'd really appreciate that. So what are you guys saying, chat? That's what's happening when you have people that don't. Yeah, okay, I read that one already. All the failures. Base thumbnail. Thanks, Jimmy. Salam alaikum, Jimmy. Cosgrove, welcome. Story based usually equates to me falling asleep while wait to play the game. Even if the studios under Xbox make single player games, it still won't work with how much in shape they are or out of shape they are. All the cloud gaming isn't going to save Microsoft. Yeah, it's downhill, man. They are not. This is not, to me. I don't see this as an about face with all the mistakes that they've been making. The access media, your IGNs, your PC gamers, all your goofballs, they're playing damage control and acting as Microsoft's PR team. And they're defending her, saying, "Oh, see, she plays games. Oh, look at that. She has all these achievements. Her favorite game is Chrono Trigger and Halo and Final Fantasy. Look at that." No, this is definitely not them learning their mistakes. They're in fact. They basically, the way how I see this is, it's a possibility that Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond got walked out rather than they chose to leave on their own terms. And because like things are looking bad underneath both of them. And so they're like, okay, these two talked about games a lot. We need someone who talks less about games and more about results. I mean, say what you will about both Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond, like not actually doing their, not fulfilling what they should be doing. But I'm talking about this from the executive perspective. The executives are looking at this and saying, "Oh, Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond, they're focusing too much on games. They're not focusing enough on results. And we need someone who's more results driven. And this is who we want." This is who we need. And they got who they want. Person who's results driven, who will increase user numbers, increase the amount of AI, and also be their puppet. That's another important thing. She's going to do exactly what the higher ups above her tell her to do. Let's see. Okay, so got all that. So that's basically that. As far as what I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna start wrapping things up because I have a lot of stuff to do. I have a class tomorrow. I need to finish my notes for that, and I just basically have a lot of work that I need to get back to. So I'm gonna start wrapping things up, and I want to talk about real quick why I talked about this in the beginning of the stream, but I'm gonna talk about it again. So why I re-released my last video. So going back here. Let me get this on screen in a second. I'll go to analytics. I'm going to go to this. Okay. So this one's flopping too. So basically what happened, I released this video on Saturday morning. And basically what happened is I had a couple of thumbnails. So let me see if I can. 1 second. Go back here. Let's get the thumbnails up on screen. Thumbnails. Yeah, so I did like an A/B test. A/B test for most of you guys are smart and understand this, but for those who don't understand what an A/B test is when you put at least two different things. It could be designs of something, like on a website, in the interface, something like that. And different users will experience different ones. Like one user will see one thumbnail, another user will see a completely different thumbnail. And basically, let me get this on screen. So I put an A/B test. So this was one of them. Let me get back on the screen. Yeah, this was one of them. It just has me. And that was a huge mistake. Because someone who doesn't know who I am, they'll look at this and be like, okay, this is just some AI dude. Why do I care about this? And this is another one. Same thing. Big mistake. Same mistake. And this one's even worse. This was the last one because you could barely see me. So that was a huge mistake to have those because they didn't have anything high guard on them. And then by the time I put like high guard dudes on there, so I eventually put like this one. I put high guard characters in the back. And by then it was a bit too late because the thing about how YouTube works is that first, the first people that see it are going to be the regulars, the people who watch the videos all the time. They're going to see it in their feed instantly. And then they click it, and then it starts looking for more people. And basically, let's go to reach. So there's impressions. Impressions is who gets to see the thumbnails. And then you have impressions, click-through rate. That's the percentage of people who click on the thumbnail. This is actually very low. 0.9 is actually really bad. Let's look at a past video. Let's go here. So this one, I think this had a very high. Let's go here. Yeah, as you can see, I don't make a lot of money off these videos. But this had, you can see it goes up and down. Sometimes no one clicks on it. Sometimes I get close to 6%. So this one actually did pretty well. But the average of this was 4.7% click-through rate. This is all right. Around here, this is a good number. And then, so basically, as if this is still good, and also the down here, so average view duration. Average view duration determines if the video is clickbait or not. Because if people stop watching it quickly, then it determines that this is clickbait, and then it moves on. It doesn't support the video anymore. But if this is high, which as you can see on this chart is actually higher than most of my other videos, then more people will view it. So if the click-through rate's good, and then the average view duration's good, it will continue with doing more impressions. Impressions is showing it on people's feeds. But usually, like, it starts to really taper off. Like, unless it's really going viral, around 2 days is when it starts to taper off. And if I hit 48 hours and it hasn't found its audience, it completely kills off the video. And that's the reason why I ended up re-uploading the video. This is pretty good. I got 23 subs off of this, but subs don't really matter too much. It's about views. Number of views matter more. So that's the reason why I re-upload the video. So, you know, for those of you who watched it the first time, I'd really appreciate it if you watch it again, and give it a like and do all that stuff just so that it doesn't die off. It looks like it's about to die off again, because it's going down. The click-through rate is bad. And another thing is, so anytime I change stuff around, for example, if I go to details, I change the title, and then I click save, or if I change stuff in the description. So title is about so basically the title and also the first couple lines of the description is basically what YouTube uses for the search engine optimization to find the audience. And anytime I change that around, it kind of resets its search. And so that's why I'm discouraged from changing this too much or too often. If I change it too often, it continuously resets the search, and then it never finds the audience. And then by the time it hits 48 hours, it hasn't found its audience because it's reset the search too many times. So that's why I don't want to change this too much. But I mean, right now it seems like it's not doing too well. It is what it is. I'll just move on. But you know, if you guys give it a watch, give it a like, I'd really appreciate it. Let me see what you guys saying in the chat real quick. Go back here. Are you there? Oh, wait. That one was which one, Jimmy? Which one? Oh no, I wasn't paying attention. Satya, what a disappointment. Is doing terrible job with Microsoft anyway. With how Windows 11 is terrible and how a lot of people are not using their Copilot. Yeah, I disabled Copilot. Like, I had to go into my go into settings and completely removed Copilot from Windows. Microsoft needs a reset for yeah, exactly. You looking mad? Nice. Yeah, that's why. Where to go? Yeah. Let me put this up on here. I mean, like, I don't want to like do too many of these AI generated stuff, but I just thought this looked cool. I was like, man, look how tough I look. I'm looking mean. I look like some serial killer here. Yeah, I'm not gonna make this too much of a habit, but I use vidIQ, and I told vidIQ. So vidIQ it helps me with the optimization, search engine optimization of my videos, and it'll give me ideas. Like, if I want ideas for thumbnails, it'll do it. But like, sometimes it'll just generate me into like I guess because it views all my videos, so it has a good idea of what I look like, and then it just I was like, put me on one side and Sanya, oh sorry, not Sanya, sorry, what's her name, Asha on the other side. It made her completely wrong, and I had to, in fact, where'd it go? Let me. That doesn't matter. But it made her completely wrong. I had to like give it some reference images, and then it finally made her right. But I was like, man, look how cool I am. But anyways, I'm not gonna make this too much of a habit. Also, I need to get a haircut. I'll try to do that tomorrow. I found a barber school that's close to the school I work at, and so maybe I'll go after my class and get a haircut because the barber school is like $5. I was like, okay, I could afford $5. That's doable. Unlike every other place that's like $20. $20 is a lot of money. $5 I could do. But anyways, yeah, my hair's it's out of control. When it starts getting long, it's so like short, it's controllable. Medium, it's uncontrollable. And then when it gets long again, it's controllable again. But I don't want to grow it out long. Anyways, let's wrap things up. Thanks for everybody for joining. I appreciate all you guys, all your input. And everyone who participate in the chat, even though play nice games, we disagreed. I mean, it's fine that we disagree. Disagreements are fine, but other than that, everybody who participate in the chat, this totally makes it worth it. Just come on and talk. It's way better than coming on and talking to nobody. Definitely feels nice to have regulars in here that I can go back and forth with. And next week I should be doing it normal time again. Let me check. Let's go look at the calendar because next week. So I have my. Man, I'm talking too much. I'm getting thirsty and I can't drink because it's Shahar Ramadan. Ramadan Mubarak to everybody. Everyone who practices. Let me go back. Actually, no, I work. Wow, definitely can't do it Tuesday next week. Monday's gonna be rough too because I work both jobs. So it looks like next week I'll probably do it Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Next week will be Wednesday, and it'll be after my class. So probably just I'll do it around the same time as I did today, but it'll be Wednesday next week. Anyways, thanks everybody for joining in. Did the chat die? Because I feel like I haven't seen anything in the chat for like 4 minutes. Maybe I lost connection to the chat. But yeah. Anyways, let me refresh. Let me refresh this. No, I still got nothing over there. Anyways, thank you. Take care and salam.